I'm going to take a moment to answer a couple of questions that have been sent into the desk this week. So looking at the US this week, it has been quite a volatile week in terms of market movements and generally bullish for the US stock markets. On Wednesday we did see the Fed with their FOMC minutes keeping the rate unchanged. There was quite a mixed market reaction to the projections from the Fed and also from the initial statement. Overall, there was a mixture of hawkishness and dovishness from the Fed. However, the fact that Bernanke hinted that potential further easing remained on the table was enough to cheer investors and see some dollar weakness as well. In terms of today's GDP data, it was a miss on consensus. However, markets have remained firm throughout the session. Looking forward to next week's data, the key figure will be the non-farm payrolls out of the US. Current expectation is for a figure around the 160,000 mark, so it would be an improvement on last month's reading of 120,000, which was quite a big miss on the consensus. However, the reaction this week could be more volatile, as we have seen a bit of a dip in the US labour market as the initial jobless claims have continued to rise throughout the last month. So this is going to be on Friday and is probably the highlight for the US in terms of data. Looking at corporate earnings this week has been pretty strong. In particular, we've seen stellar numbers out of some big tech names including Apple and Amazon. Apple in particular, their shares were up around about 10% on Wednesday after their aftermarket earnings on Tuesday. Amazon similarly around up 15% today. So we have seen some pretty good moves out of those stocks. We've also seen some pretty decent moves out of bellwethers such as Ford and Lockheed Martin as well. Overall, so far the Q1 corporate earnings season has beat expectations generally, as many had forecast that this earnings season could be somewhat disappointing. So looking forward to next week, some of the major names reporting. It will be a quieter week from what we've seen this week. One of the big names to look out for will be on Thursday, where we have the Dow number. Kraft Foods. On Wednesday, two big names, we have MasterCard and Visa both reporting. So in terms of the Eurozone, all eyes next week will be on ECB's Draghi's press conference and the ECB's rate decision. Currently, broad expectations are for the interest rate to be kept unchanged at 1% and no policy measures to be announced. Some of the things to look for will be any comments on growth, particularly after we've seen some recent disappointing growth figures out of the Eurozone. We'll also keep a firm eye out if Draghi hints at any potential mention of a further LTRO, although he is likely to highlight that the impact of the second LTRO is still yet to be fully appreciated. In terms of other events for next week, we'll be keeping a firm eye on Spain. It's worth noting that last night saw S&P downgrade the Kingdom of Spain by 2 notches, so this will likely to have a continued impact on the Spanish benchmark 10-year yield throughout next week, so that'll be one of the main things to look for. So that's about it for us for the week. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.